Good morning, students. In the previous class, we stopped at the derivation of electric field near infinite long straight wire, and it was incomplete. But again, I started the derivation. Finding electric field near infinite long straight wire with the uniform charge distribution using Gauss law. Okay, steps slightly changes are there. Okay, you find sentences you can write in your own way, or you can skip it, but the equation is compulsory. Whatever I written in these formulas, that we must not skip. That you take care. Consider unified long straight wire with uniform charge distribution. Uniform charge distribution is what? Distance in the charge limits are constant. Next is linear charge density. Linear charge density, they should be, don't skip these points given under the blue marks. Linear charge density lambda is equals to Q by L. Charge density is equal to charge per unit length is linear charge density. So next, that means if you take length L, charge present on the surface of the wire for the length L is Q. Next is construct a concentric cylindrical Gaussian surface. Cylindrical concentric is same centered. Gaussian surface of radius R, length L. You want the electric field distance equal to R from this wire. Electric field is always perpendicular to the wire material and away from the positive charge. So we remaining positive charge on the wire in this example. And we have taken we have to say the differ as in figure. If you mention as in figure means you can go to the reference for the diagram. So electric field is perpendicular to the wire like this. Okay, we imagine a cylindrical surface. Gaussian surface must be a closed surface. It is a three-dimensional surface. So cylindrical sphere like a table. Like any shape you take, regular surface is easy to calculate. So regular means we take the cylindrical or spherical. Here cylindrical surface we are taking. Okay, of radius equal to R. Radius R means the distance from the wire is R, where you are finding the electric field. So small surface area we take for this area is equal to small surface area is ds. Small surface area is ds, and the area vector for the ds or ds bar in this direction or n cap also taken in the same direction. What is n cap is? N cap is unit vector. N cap is N cap is unit vector along the area vector, along the perpendicular to the surface or along the area vector location ds bar. ds bar is a small area. Integration of ds bar you get a total area. For this area, it is a circular cross section. It is a circular area. Pi r square you get this r. So this is also r. This is also r. You get radius. What I want to say. So this is nothing but equal to pi r square. This is also nothing but equal to pi r square. But area is n cap. N cap is perpendicular surface in this direction. N and P same direction here, that is surface area 3 you take it, it's a curved surface. But for the circular surfaces, area is in this direction. When the area is in this direction, vector n cap is this. What about electric field? Electric field away from the positive charges. Up everywhere and down also, and like this also. Electric field in all directions radially. Charges are this means electric field is this side, upwards, downwards, this side also, radially upwards, away from the wire. All directions. The diagram I am mentioning only one direction. So here also electric field is this side and area vector is this side. Unit vector indicating the area direction. So for this and for these areas, theta is 90 degrees with the E and N. But here for the curved surface, cylindrical curved surface, E and ds or E and N are in the same direction. Therefore, for this surface, theta is equals to 0. Okay, that point we mentioned here. Construct concentric cylindrical Gaussian surface of radius r, length L, as in figure. E is electric field distance, coupled distance r from wire. Net flux. If you have any surface up there for the given Gaussian surface means, then total flux must be equal to sum of all the fluxes. Phi 1, phi 2, phi 3. Phi 1 for the surface 1, here we take it as phi 1, and for surface 2 we take it as phi 2. For surface 3 we take it as a phi 1. So 3 fluxes we are considered for 3 surfaces. So total flux is sum of all the fluxes here. For surfaces 1, 2, 3 as in figure. Next is from Gauss law. Formula is net flux phi equal to Q inside and Q enclosed by the Gauss surface by epsilon naught in Q, which is also equal to closed integral E dot ds. You can take or E ds to cos theta. Direct derivative as a cos theta. You can take d dot ds means again you have to cos theta. Next equation. Cos theta. E ds. When you apply the cos theta, no bar is not equal to is the magnitude vector. Dot equal means compulsory we put E and ds with bars vectors. Dot a removed, so if you cos theta, then this will be magnitudes, don't put bars. Next, unit n cap is a diagram. N cap is unit vector along the area ds bar. ds is a small area. Ds is a small area. For circular surfaces 1, 2, angle between E and ds is theta equal to 90 degrees. For the circular surfaces 1 and 2, this theta is 90 degrees. The electric field is perpendicular to the area vector, theta is 90 here and here. So when phi 1 is cos 90 is 0. So right side of the equation becomes equal to 0 means the flux also becomes equal to 0. The flux can be phi 1 or phi 2. These two becomes equal to 0. So therefore phi 1 is 0, phi 2 is 0 for the surfaces 1 and 2 where theta is 90 degrees. And what is this ds? I will mention that ds before. I think already from the basic formula we know it, but ds we better mention as small surface area. ds is small surface area. You can mention this after writing this equation actually. Next is for curved surface 3. Only for this curved surface 3, theta is equal to 0 degrees. Why? Because n and t are the same direction, theta equal to 0. And q inside this larger surface, for the length here, the charge equals to q1. Q inside becomes equal to q itself. And mentioning this is not required. Directly we take here instead of q inside, q only we can take because we have only one kind of charge. If you have q1, q2, q3, etc., you can take q1 plus q2, q3, then you will get q inside. So in the basic formula for this derivation only I am telling, it's not compulsory q inside, you can simply write q also because only one charge, kind of charge is there. Then q inside is q, and phi flux net becomes equal to only phi 3 because phi 1 and phi 2 are 0. Flux 3, phi 3 only for a ground surface, and basic formula from that we get q by x naught equal to close integral E dot ds, E ds into cos 0, cos 0 is 1, I multiply this. So q by x naught becomes equal to E is a value there, and integration of ds, ds because ds or ds means this is a variable. So integration of ds we take for the closed surface. ds integration becomes equal to a, closed integral of ds is a, which is nothing but equal to surface area of the cylinder. What is the surface area for the cylinder is 2 pi r, circumference 2 pi r into length is nothing but surface area of the cylinder portion. So 2 pi r into L is a surface area. So this becomes equal to 2 pi r is a with integration of ds, curved cylindrical surface area. So what is the formula becomes for the electric field? So electric field formula becomes equal to this E. Q by epsilon into E into A. E becomes equal to what? This A go to the left side. So E equal to Q by A into epsilon naught. E equal to Q by A into epsilon naught. A is nothing but equal to 2 pi into L into epsilon naught. Okay, but linear conjugation what you are taking lambda? Lambda is equal to Q by L. Lambda is Q by L. That means this Q by L I can replace with the lambda which is constant throughout because for uniform charge distribution. So lambda Q by L is lambda and remaining part is 2 pi R into epsilon naught. So 2 pi epsilon into R. And when these 2 pi epsilon separated for the constant terms, R is only variable. Any distance we can take R. So this term we can written as also sometimes for problems suppose multiply divided with 2. So what you get is 2 lambda by 2 into 2 is 4 pi epsilon naught. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 to the power of 9. So sometimes we will mention it as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 2 lambda, 2 by 2 will be divided. Why we have to take like that is 2 by epsilon for numerical purpose, not compulsory. For numerical purposes, we take this 2 lambda by 4 pi epsilon because 1 by 4 pi epsilon for calculation is easy. 9 to the power of 9. You don't have to substitute. Pi 3.14 epsilon 8.854 into the power of minus 12. All that substitution not required. If you already know the values of 1 by 4 pi epsilon. They are not giving the relation here. We have there is extra pi. In vector form, we can write vector form T bar is equals to lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught into R into n cap. N cap is a unit vector perpendicular to this. That term you have written here. Or in vector form T bar is equals to lambda by 2 pi epsilon into R into n cap, where in this area last formula is unit vector perpendicular to curved surface. We have the n cap for circular surface also, but I am mentioning here only for curved surface at the end. Curved surface, that is cylindrical surface. Okay, that will be the relation. And electric field R relationship. Lambda is a scalar quantity. but what is variable here? Lambda constant. 2 by epsilon constant. So E is inversely proportional to R. Last point of the same thing. Extra point related to this. Extra points for the your derivation 3 marks question. You have to go up to this. For the numerical purpose, extra point mark. You can take up for charge straight wire. The distance r that will be equal to lambda by 2 pi epsilon into r can be written as 2 lambda by 4 pi epsilon into r. Here lambda is q by l is constant for uniform distribution and electric is inversely proportional to r. And that means electric is depends on the distance. Remember, we have the different formulas for the electric fields. Basic formula for isolated charge E is inversely proportional to r square. For dipole E is inversely proportional to r cube for long distances. For short dipole E is inversely proportional to r cube. For the linear distribution, lengthwise distribution, electric field is inversely proportional to r. If r increases, electric field decreases. At different distance, electric field is zero. So r double like that, they will give the r value sometimes. This one you can use. 1 by 4 by 40 is 9 into the power of 9. This will be simplified. So if you require this, directly can go this as there will be lambda r finding E. Or one of the quantities were divided by E when they give other quantities. This is 9 into the power of 9 into 2 lambda by r. This will be simplified easily. 1 by 4 pi epsilon is 9 into the power of 9. 1 by 4 percent 9 into the power of 9. Next, Newton meter square per thousand. This one application for 3 marks question derivations of this is extra one. But one more thing is that when you use a long wire. Long wire means for infinite wire we take care of it. But infinite. Long wire. For infinite long wire, L is much more distance. Length is very large compared to the perpendicular distance of the wire. L is length of wire. R is perpendicular distance of wire. Okay, but practically is what taking generally. If L is greater than or equal to 5 times R, then wire is taken as long or very long. Very long in the sense infinite. Like here take this R is L is 5 times more than that of the radius. More than 5 times this distance. Radius is for the similar radius or any distance you take from the wire. Distance from the wire is very small compared to length of the wire. Then we consider as a long wire and these formulas are applicable for that. Otherwise not applicable. That means very long distance R is very large. Small wire I have taken. I want electric field. I cannot apply that. This formula is not applicable. This is the wire I have taken. But charges are there. I want the electric field now. This formula is applicable only for small distance from the wire. Where this much millimeter distance to that. So millimeter is very less compared to this so many centimeters. So then in that case I can apply this formula for this. But end points again is not applicable. Uniform charge is not uniform. Coordinate charge is not uniform. That's a theoretical imagine infinite. So because the end points are there, means charges may be here. So when area is less, no, then you will get a non-uniform distribution of the charges. Surface area is there. So we should not take the conditions. We take the small distances from the wire and long wire. Next is what is the nature of electric field for the uniform distribution of wire. Electric field is radially for positive charge of the wire. Electric field is radially outwards perpendicular to the wire. And for negative charge on the wire, electric field is radially inwards. This is the third branch. Next point is If you take the positive charge on the wire, positive charges on the wire, electric fields is perpendicular to wire. Electric field is perpendicular to the wire and radially outwards. Radially outward. For negative charge, they will ask this one important for one mark question. What is the nature of the electric field? They will ask for the linear charge distribution of the wire. It is for the linear charge distribution. Wire means linear charge distribution. For negative charge on the wire, electric fields is perpendicular to wire and radially inwards and radially inward. In this diagram, I mentioned the electric field only upwards, but actually it is all directions perpendicular to the wire element. So, look at the wire. Only if this point is important. I take this long wire, okay, and if this one I am removing wire, and imagining only charges on the wire. Electric field is this side and also this everywhere, and also like this also inward also into this board. At a given distance r from the wire, that is perpendicular distance r, E is constant because E is proportional to r. So what you find is cylindrical symmetry. So at the distance r, electric field is same along the lengthwise. So for the linear charge distribution, what is the nature of the electric field around it means you will find the cylindrical symmetry. And symmetrically all directions electrically same and given distance r. This r is the distance, perpendicular distance you can take. Same values. This is E. Here also E. At given distance from the electric fields as cylindrical, symmetrical means same dimensions, symmetric along the lengthwise. So radius and length means similar range. Because this is for positive charges. What is the diagram for negative charges? Take only negative charges. Then electric field is inward. Again, radial field. Again, you will find out at the same distance r, same electric field, only direction is different. This is for negative charge, that is for positive charge. This is positive charge main branch. Next application is